My name is James Harris. When talking about, the dynamics of, my family and my upbringing, to really understand, the person who you see before you, got to understand the two halves that make me. From my father's side of the family, my dad was heavily into the streets. My dad was a hustler, but he was considered one of the biggest drug kingpins in Kansas City, Kansas. Now, on the flip side of that, it was my mom's side of the family, and this is really where I got my morals, my ethics, and my foundation for, just being a good person. I saw my mom work 3 jobs to, take care of my little brother and me. And sometimes she would come home and only have about like 30 minutes in between the next job, and she couldn't even change her clothes. She would fall asleep on the couch, wake up, go right back to work. Despite the fact that, all the good advice my mama had, little boys, they always want to aspire and grow up and, be like their father. So I kind of felt myself, in between the two. A little bit of hustling and a whole lot of education. All right, so can y'all give it up for Karen for me, please? Youth entrepreneurs impacted me in a great way. Learning what the characteristics of a leader are, taking risks, being relentless, and then actually being able to apply some of those skills via market day and things like that. But probably one of the biggest things that impacted me through Youth Entrepreneurs of Kansas was the handoff. They were the ones who actually recommended me for Usher's New Look Foundation. I remember we had a whole year to complete a business plan about anything that we wanted to do. 2 weeks before it was due, that's when I got caught with an ounce of marijuana in school. Now, the only reason why I didn't get expelled from school, when I came back from jail, when they pulled me into the principal's office, my rap sheet was this thin. I had straight A's in school. So this was a clear indication that this wasn't a bad child. Just, he had a lot of energy, didn't necessarily know where to channel to focus that. Now, the opportunity had presented itself for them to recommend 2 students from the YEK program to actually be a part of Usher's New Look Foundation. And how my teachers had positioned it, they were on the computer and they were showing me, pictures of Usher and kids in the studio. So I'm like, cool, I'm about to go out here and get a record deal. But they was like, no, it's not that easy. I had to compete with every kid that was in YEK in my school district, about like 500 students. We had to do resume speeches and things like that. And I had to, showcase my product. And long story short, they did select 2 students and I was one of them. Initially, I thought it was all about a record deal, but when I went there, I actually realized how much work it took, into actually being a part of New Look. Everything finally clicked for me. So that same student who didn't complete 1 business plan in a full year, when I went to Usher's Camp New Look, I actually completed a total of 4 within the 2 weeks, and I was awarded, the Star Camper Award. But I really attribute this to YEK and the skills that I learned there. I actually testified before Congress with Usher, and we actually got the Edward Kennedy Serve America bill passed. I speak at various high schools, letting people know that, their circumstances or their current situation doesn't define them.
James Harris is just somebody who I've always been able to talk to when I need help, letters of recommendation. Ever since I've been a part of New Look, he's had a wonderful influence on my life.
Hi, my name is James Harris from Kansas City, Kansas, J.C. Harmon graduate, YEK alumni. For anybody out there that's participating in YEK right now, I tell you to grasp, get a hold of this opportunity that you're having in your hands right now. Me being in Economics 1 in college, I'm remembering things that they're talking about now from 2 years ago when I was in YEK.
Every day I'm continuing to, keep the entrepreneurial spirit going and, just steady pursuing my dreams. And every day I wake up ready to take on the world.